like I said, I'm never late, and I certainly don't, you know, leave my microphone turned off when I say literally everything. I'm waiting for... Yeah, I know, Classy, sorry. It literally, you know, it didn't have my mic turned on. Nothing was working right. So anyways, yes, I'm waiting for... What a way to start a stream. I'm waiting for Source Filmmaker to start up, because today we're going to have a nice chill day. I'm not going to play... I lied to everybody. I'm a horrible human being, but I'm not playing GTA today. I'm going to make sure that's strictly a Tuesday thing. So I'm sorry if you're horrifically offended. Leave a horrible comment and a dislike in the comments here. Especially you, Classy. I know you hold me to a high standard. You need to keep me to that standard. But, yeah. And, yeah, so if you know me, if you've checked out the channel, I'm watching you, webcam. Don't do any crazy stuff. Classy, could I animate you? Classy, baby. Animation. She is a finicky whore, to be quite honest. And it's not as simple as I don't do animation. If you've heard of a little program called Source Filmmaker, that's what I work in. I work in Source Filmmaker. The same animation program that animators from Valve and all sorts of things, you know, they work in that. They make the Team Fortress animations, and they make the WoW animations, and a lot of people just they make the freaking FNAF. How many people can animate in FNAF? What is going on? How can you people? I can make you a monster, Classy, but maybe later. Right now, I'm working on a project that I've been sitting on for months, literally months, and I need to get it done. Actually, I've been sitting on it for about a month. I haven't been sitting on it, I've been working on it, but between streaming and the starting of classes and things like that, I just haven't been able to get it done, and I want to finish it. I want it done. I want it to be finished. So I decided it would be a good excuse to stream today and stream me animating, and you'll get to see the entire process, top to bottom, from me setting up scene builds in Source Filmmaker to animating the critters, and I think I'll be able to get at least two shots done today. 2 shots, because I don't really do shitposty animations, which take a lot of effort in themselves, but I like to really, you know, work on, make everything look good, make everything look cinematic and smooth. That's kind of my style, and it takes a while. It takes a while to do. Yes, Classy, a little bit of Godzilla. We're animating some Godzilla today. Do you guys like that Godzilla? He's a pretty popular movie monster from what I hear. So let me just throw this up. Hope that looks good. Yeah. So this is kind of my work area here in Source Filmmaker. The bane of my existence. Oop, I didn't mute that guy. I guess you guys get this teaser. Assuming everything runs right and Source Filmmaker's not like, hey, do you want to do a thing? Are you trying to do a thing? Guess what? You can't do that thing. Also, I'm no fabulous animator like who is it, Ultraman Ultimo or Sucky Angie Izumi, I believe is what they're called. Check out their videos. Their videos are pretty freaking rad. So I'm not going to give away the plot of this animation. And excuse any shaky cameras, because I'm working from my laptop, and I usually just use my laptop as the webcam, because I don't interact with it. But I'll just put all this in particles and it'll go away. But you're going to see my horrible workflow. My garbagey workflow. And let me check my audio one more time to see if the music's still going. Alright, I can dig that. I've actually got background music today. And what you might hear in the background music is a reverb of my own voice. Because, it's hella confusing. It's taken me... Source Filmmaker came out in like 2012 or 2013, and it's taken me well over 7 years to figure it out, to get to where I am today. And it's not very good. Like, I'm not very good still at it, so... Today, it's going to be a fun day. So, today's going to be a Patreon day. I'm really going to push the Patreon like a motherfucker. Because I'm hoping if people do drop in, they'll drop in and, toss me a dime, which would be nice. But, because this is the stuff I really want to do. This is the stuff I love. This is what I really like to work on. So I'm going to set up a scene. Now, first what I'm going to do, I have 2 shots in mind that I want to complete today. And I got to pick one right now. I've also got the Game Grumps on the TV, so if you would like to join me in watching the Game Grumps, what episode am I on? I think the episode's about to end. I don't want to pull my phone. I'm on part 27 of Breath of the Wild, if you guys are watching the Game Grumps, if you want to join me in that adventure. Nobody's open? That sucks. I had someone I trusted, someone I believed in, go out and see if they could grab me a slice of pizza. Nobody's open, because it's Labor Day weekend and a Sunday, and, back me. It's whatever. So, why don't we spread the word? The Discord link is in the description. So, if you haven't already been in the Discord, get in the Discord. Classy, I know you're in the Discord. I know you're in the Discord. Classy, I know you. Discord. Rad. So, I'm just going to send this to some peeps. Friggin' pizza shops being lazy. Not even open on a Sunday night, Sunday evening. Oh, might just have to settle for a little Sleezer's Pizza, see if they're open, but I doubt they are. What I'm going to do... Oh, that's what I did with that 20. So, what I have to do is, I have to pick between 2 shots that I want to do and complete during this stream. And in doing that, I have to visualize Well, I hope your local pizza shop is open. Here in the States, it's Labor Day weekend. Nobody's working. Nobody's doing nothing. Lazy bums. So, I have ideas for 2 shots I want to do. And I have to, I'm processing it as I'm thinking. I have to figure out how long I want the shot to be, because I don't just do open-ended. Like, you can see down here, this is how much time I have to work with, and it goes all the way to the end. And I want to limit that shot so I'm not just using a bunch of empty space or whatever. So, what I'm thinking, I think I'm going to do a shot where I'm using, if you've seen the new Shin Godzilla, I'm doing a shot where Shin Godzilla is blasting EVA Unit 3, who is laying on the ground, and with a laser, a particle laser. And if I'm thinking about it, here's a good animating methodology that I learned from Hayao Miyazaki himself, the great, one of the greatest animators in the universe. What Mr. Miyazaki would do, I only know this from watching the documentary about him and his workflow, is he'd sit back, and I don't have a stopwatch on me, but he would sit back in his mind with a stopwatch, and he would think about exactly how long a shot would last and what he would want to happen in that shot. So, let me think about it. So I'm like gonna try to count with my fingers. So, that'll be about 15 seconds. It's gonna be a bit of a long shot. So, that should be 10, 20. We'll give it 30 just so I have plenty of room to play. 3 viewers, 1 like. Well, classy, I'm one of the viewers, so I'm not gonna like my own stuff. That's lame. Because I have to keep up with things. So, we've got a 30-second shot. We're gonna jump in here. This is my work camera. I'm gonna make it. Don't want to do that. Oop. Make this bright as hell. Everything's gonna run a little bit slower because I'm trying to do the stream through this, and OBS is not friendly when I try to do things on my computer. Alright, so that's that camera. This is our workspace. I'm gonna add a new camera. This guy is gonna be our actual workhorse. He's going to watch things and he's gonna keep track of what's going on. Well, that's not what I wanted at all. What are you doing to me? I'm freaking getting bamboozled over here. So, we're going to start with this. Now this shot is a single camera, low angle shot of Shin Godzilla. And it's kind of from a street view. I'm loading up the model now. You're not going to be able to see it because I wasn't able to figure out how to run both of these windows at the same time. Shoot. You probably hear it in the background. My computer is just like, God, what are you doing to me? Why have you forsaken me? I can put on my grumps now. I can actually hear him. That'll probably be distracting. Now, I'll explain this first, and then when I'm deep into the animation part, then I'll listen to the grumps while I work. So it's going to be a low angle shot of Shin Godzilla. And he's going to be firing his laser. He's firing his laser. And he's gonna kind of blast the ground a little bit. So there might be a little shaky cam in there. That'll be interesting. Everything's running very slow. I have to wait for Source Filmmaker to do its thing. Even though I can see the model's name, I can't load it up. Classy. The Xbox is all I got, baby. If I sell the Xbox, I can't stream nothing. And the Xbox is only worth like $200, which is not enough to even start building a PC. There we go. So there is a good model. There's a really good Godzilla model out there that you can use. And then there's this guy who, not to say he's not a good model, but he is a early rendering of Shin Godzilla from, I believe, before the movie came out. See, my PC's running so slow. My laptop. Can't lie to people no more. Can't pull the wool over your eyes. I don't want you. That's too much of a low angle. Turn down that. Turn down for what? Bum ba bum 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 ba dum bum ba dum bum. So we've got this. What's going to eventually be a low angle shot. Probably not from there. In fact, we should probably just set it up with the actual camera. I think we're going to have a low angle shot. Probably shouldn't do it from right there because the moon is right there in the sky. So we'll turn him around. Want you to be turned this way. Turn this way. Bada boom, boom, boom. So I think I want to go with this angle. This angle of the dangle. Look how close that is. That is insane. I might have to back it up when I start adding set pieces, which I'm not going to add anything crazy to the set. I'm just going to add a couple of building skybox pieces, which if you don't know what a skybox is, it's small models put into the background of some games to give the impression of distance. Like, there's this model I'm trying to pull up right now is a small village model. Everything's getting a little crazy here, so I'm going to hit save as soon as I get this. Yeah. So this is a small city model. I believe it's actually from Left 4 Dead. Yeah. So I could be mistaken. But you would find... No, don't jitter on me here. Don't jitter out. Boop. And save. You would find this in the background somewhere, and it might, like... You'd be playing somewhere, like, a far distance from this, and you would have a map, and you'd be playing on your map. But off of the map, in the distance, this would be set up, so it looks like the world is expansive, you know, and you can see off and really far away. Today, even though it's not supposed to be like this, this is going to be our foreground piece. It's going to be like right up against the camera, and it's going to give us it's going to give Godzilla a very large, very, very, very large sense of scale. I mean, this guy's huge. Have you seen this guy? He's freaking like, he's the size of Godzilla, you know? push it to the limit today. Okay. Probably need to add one more just to get that real sense of scale going on here. And just put it right there. Now, other people who do this have a much better methodology for setting up buildings and things. What is called scene building. Other people are much better at it than I am. They actually have individual buildings from different games, ripped from different games, that I don't have access to and I've wanted access to, but I don't know how. I'll figure it out eventually, but for now I work with this. So we've got this. We've got this nice little angle here. Turn down the intensity of that light. Come on. Show me a little love here. I'm not trying to break this computer. I'm just trying to get the work done. Do that good. I'm gonna put on the Game Grumps in my ear here. I got a little grumps in my ear. So, the idea for the scene is, in this, off to Godzilla's right, there is, just fires, like the city is burning off to the right. Or it's implied, and so I gotta keep this whole area over here lit, constantly lit. It's lit, fam. I'm already distracted by the grumps. You ever seen watch a stream while he streams? It's madness. So I'm already kind of pushing it here. I shouldn't be adding lights yet, but I like to add a bunch of things just so I know what the scene could look like. Look at this nerd. Look at this beautiful nerd. With a face only a mother could love. One of the things that are different about this model compared to the newer one, the teeth. These teeth are... It was implied in early posters and things for the movie that Godzilla's he was looking pretty mangled. But of course, you couldn't get a very detailed representation of him until the movie actually came out. So this is kind of what... Through a few pictures and a few leaks, this is what people eventually came up with. A person, creator, a modeler named Byneat, I believe, in the Source Filmmaker community, who just makes these brilliant Godzilla models, or with, I think, often the help of Ultraman Otimio, who is another Source Filmmaker person in the community. They rip models from more or less recent Godzilla games. So here's the interesting bit. He's not facing this way at the beginning of the shot. He's actually got to turn around and face... Oh, I'm sorry. I was working on this until 5 o'clock this morning before I got some sleep, so he has to turn around and face the camera. Not really face the camera. He's going to eventually get to this. He's not there now. He's not going to get there for a while. So I'm going to turn off a bunch of these BS lights. And I've learned over the years that having more things... There's a sidebar. My face is obscuring it. But having more things on your sidebar takes up more processing power. So I'm just going to put... Make a little box to put my buildings in, call it Skybox Elements. And then to hopefully maybe take off some of the processing troubles, just turn it off, and, you know, make those guys disappear. They still exist, but they're just not here right now. There's our boy, standing all alone in a time of need. I'm just looking at how everything's processing. Slow or shut? How's the sound? How's our music? I love that music. I love that background music. YouTube, you know, they'll punish you pretty hard for having the wrong type of music, but darn it, they give you some pretty good options, to be honest. So, what we're going to do right here is it's average for most YouTube, you know, animators, but I didn't figure this out until about a month ago. I'm going to simplify the animating process significantly. Flail my arms a little bit. Drink some water. Really get into it. I'm going to rig this guy, because this model is not already rigged, to be perfectly frank. Like, the idea is, your model is like a puppet. That's what you want it to be. So you want something like, if the arm is right here, you want to be able to take the hand and do this, and it moves the entire arm. The entire arm up to the shoulder reacts. This guy isn't rigged that way. He's not rigged to have that reaction, so I have to really quickly tell the computer to make up a rig for him. And he's got a rig now. Now he's easier. He's much easier to work with. And really, the only thing I need to rig are his legs, because he's going to take a couple of steps, and he's going to lean down, and he's going to, you know, blast the dude with his particle beams. So, let's just turn him around. Look at that. Look at that sass. He's giving us the sass. Hey, come here for a second. Sure. Scissors. Just trying to work. Just trying to do my stuff. I'm in the middle of a thing. I'm in the middle of a thing over here. Oh my god. Never asked nobody for nothing. Alright. Watch those grumps, get that sweet inspiration. Now the only thing we're going to need to control while animating this guy is his pelvis. Well, it's not the only thing we're going to need to control, but that pelvis, ooh, that pelvis is going to give us a lot to work with. Boom. So, what he's going to do right now is he's going to turn around. He's going to turn around. Use my brain, do that math. So he's probably going to take one step back with his right foot one step forward with his left, one step back with his right, and he's going to keep turning. And it's going to be oh so complicated. So I think he's going to take a step every 1.5 seconds. So let's turn our big old lad by his pelvis. See that? That's a pelvis. So, our big lad there, he's gonna turn on his pelvis. And basically, this is, I believe it's called keyframing. So I'm basically just going to keyframe where this guy needs to be. He's going to move rather fast, only because I don't want this shot to go on very long. A lot of the shots I've been doing for this animation have been going on way longer than they should. Now, this is more of a jokey kind of comedy animation I'm doing, but I want to keep a lot of elements true to Godzilla life. Oof. So what we have to remember is this guy is a big mamma jamma down from Alabama. So he's taking big steps, and he's moving an excessive amount of weight. So we have to remember to make it look like he's carrying that weight. So, what I'm going to do here is he's going to lift up his entire body and put a lot of his weight onto his left foot. And he's going to lift his leg here. Now the thing specifically with Toho monsters, I'm just going to check my audio again. The thing specifically with Toho monsters is, and this is something the late Haruo Nakajima has brought up multiple times, is Godzilla does not lift his feet like this. If you show the soles of the feet, you are weak. I remember that. Something about that I heard in a documentary and several articles. So you always want his feet kind of planted down because he's lifting all that weight, but he just doesn't feel the need to lift the toes. So he comes down and then he'll like boom. Kind of land like that. And as it comes down, you want to keep it up in the air, and then the sole will come up a little bit just to show that his toes aren't exactly in sync with the rest of his body, and they're falling at a lesser rate than the force he's putting down on his foot. Boom. Let's get another look at that. And boom. Oh, that's gonna be a rad shot. He comes in. Oof, oof, that's gonna be rad. I know. sending a text just to... Alright, where were we? Yes. So, he just started his turn, planted that foot. Bam. Bam. So, while we're doing that, when he's carrying all this weight, he doesn't just go, you know, step, 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 step. He would fall over if he was trying to pull all that weight. So what he needs to do is he needs to shift a little for about half a second. That's usually what I set it to. For about half a second, he shifts his weight in the direction he just moved. It's kind of like that. So, boom. Yes, there we go. Boom. Radical. And honestly, I remember animating this guy way back in the day, and it's probably, I think it's still my most viewed video. It's Meet the Shin Godzilla. And this is kind of like a sequel to that. Kind of a sequel. And I remember animating that character, and I had no idea how the rigging worked. So when I rigged him, I was basically sliding the legs against the ground and trying to time it as best I could to make it look like there was actually some physical force. And I look back at that video and I just like, his pelvis doesn't move because I you know, if I moved the pelvis, nothing else would move. It would just move the pelvis or something. Or it would move the entire character and nothing was locked. So I had to just make lemons with lemonade, and it just... I still like that video. I don't watch it at all, and I like to watch some of my videos, look back on them. But that one is kind of like, I avoid it, because now this is the same model, and look, he looks 1,000 times better just in that pose. Just in with this minor movement. So, you know, I'm not disappointed by that video at all, because it's the best video ever. It's the best video I've ever done, and I remember that video sitting in the top of, like, if you search Godzilla source filmmaker, it sat at the top of the list for a while. I was very proud of that video, and I still am. It's just times is changing now. Now we got crazy new videos to make. So I'm not totally sure how this is gonna work. He's still turning. And he's almost to the point where we need him. So I guess we'll just go through here. This foot doesn't move. Doesn't need to move. We'll just move his dang old knee. Look at that big old knee. And move his leg. Speaking of moving legs, you ever get feelings that bugs are just biting you all the time? Bugs the crap out of me. Okay. Probably just gonna do this stream for about, when did I start? 4? Let's see if we can run it for 2 hours. Alright, so if he's doing this, chances are very high So, boom. And we'll raise up that pelvis. Oh, I made a mistake already. We did move his pelvis in the right direction. He's supposed to put his weight this way. He takes a step up. Boom. Wonderful, wonderful. And then we bring up that leg midway through his step. This one's going to have a little bit more drag to it. He picks it up and he brings it over. Picks it up. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Oh, look at that beautiful boy. Look at him walking across the plains. Just an absolute beast. Beast of a creature. I'm going to hit save. Always remember to hit save. And I am going to go manage something into YouTube really quick. Please don't forget I have a Patreon, and if you feel so inclined to support me a little bit, go ahead and hit the link in the description or type this one out, the what should be visible on your screen here. And, you know, help is appreciated. I'm happy to see that Kyle's Last of Us, Left 4 Dead, Last of Us streams are doing very well. I'm very happy, and I'm happy to see any new faces that come in through there. Trying to get into Chrome is probably running really slow right now, or it's slowing down my computer to a horrible degree. I'm just trying to get into YouTube really quick, and I'm trying to fix something I noticed about the stream here. Oh, the stream is running just fine, just okay. It's going good. It's happy. It's happy stream, it's doing alright. There we go. Now I can breathe a little bit easier. I almost exited out of OBS. Who knows what that would have done. So, thank you for checking out the Patreon if you have. If you haven't, go ahead and check it out. See if you have it in your heart to support a wee artist like myself. So, we're in the middle of animating Godzilla. I like his walk. He's just, all he has to do is turn. All you have to do is fall. So, if he's stepped that way, what we're going to do is he's going to drift a little bit this way. That's wonderful. So, let's go back and watch this through. Step. Step. Wonderful. Love it. And it's looking absolutely fantastic. And he's almost where he needs to be. I didn't think I could get it done in 3 steps. Still might not be able to get it done in 3 steps, but... And what I really like is when this is done, and I can already see it here, his tail is going to drift over the screen for as long as possible until he's turned all the way around. And then it should kind of do it should be a kind of reveal. That'll be really cool. And step. Oh, so good. Sugoi. Sugoi ni. No, what? I don't know any Japanese. I won't even try. I won't try to be a horrible human being today. I want to be good. I want to be a good person. What I'm really excited to see from this is how it will look with the cityscape in the foreground. Here we are. He's almost hit his mark. Our actor he's almost hit his mark here. I'm really excited for when he hits his mark. He's just gonna be like bam, 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 hit his mark. So here's what we got. And he's gonna plant a foot right there. That's where I want you to plant your foot. Put it right there. I don't want to plant my foot there, Dad. Oh, I'm sorry, son. It's the only place you can plant your foot. Take his knee. Based on where we put his foot, because that is definitely where I want his foot. Yes. Yes, that is absolutely where I want him to land. He's a little too tall, though, in the shot. So what will probably happen... Oof. There he is. There's my big, strong boy. So we'll raise up his pelvis. Lean him off to the direction in which he's putting his weight. Maybe even send him that way a little bit. Radical. Remember to hit save if everything looks a little slow. Now we'll get his foot midway through his step. We're inside him for some reason. Alright, he's midway through a step. Lift. Still midway through step. Well, no, he's 3/4 of the way through his step. That's the math I'm trying to do in my head. So he does that. Boom. Boom. And then add about half a second onto the end of that. And goes off that way. And let's watch it through once. Boom. 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 Oh. Beautiful. Stunning. That is what I want to see. That is exactly what I wanted. And just for kicks, let's throw in the skybox elements and turn on a light. There it is. Okay, so he's stepping over the city. Alright. Now he's stepping through our cityscape, which is not exactly what I wanted, but it was not unplanned for. What I want to do is we're just going to take his whole entire flabby body, back him up. Got enough room in the shot to do that. In fact, pending what happens here, I do like this. I like his tail still hanging over. Boom. It's running a little slow, and I want you guys to be able to see it all the way through just to get the full effect. There was a glitch in Source Filmmaker that came out a month or two ago where the screen would blink, where it would remain black and it wouldn't really render anything. It's been fixed, but I think the residual stuff is still there. Boom. Boom. Oh. Oh. Look at that. Let's just rearrange our camera a little bit. Not too high, because we don't want him all the way in there. There we go. Boom. Boom. Missed it, but, you know, there it is. Hell, I might as well just, I'll roll through it once. Boom. 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 Ready to fight. Ready to kick some ass. So he's facing the camera now, he's right where he needs to be. But I think what I really want to work on right now, just for fun, is the tail. I want to get this tail animation coming over the city just right. Now, the problem with this model, and something I wish would change with a lot of these models, is the tail. And it's nothing wrong with the tail exactly, but it's that when these models come in, they're in the right kind of pose. They're kind of in like a T-pose kind of thing, but the tail is always kind of, you know, it's got a angle to it. It's got a wiggle, slope, and I don't like how the tail is sloped when you get in, because that is difficult to kind of maneuver around. So what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to straighten out his tail just a little bit. Just so I got something to work with. Look at that. Boom, baby. Oh yeah. So now he's got this hanging over the city, and as he turns, it will hopefully swing over. So what we're going to do is I'm going to load the motion editor, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change all of these motions, because you see that he's been tagged every time I move the pelvis. Every time I move the pelvis, that little region's been tagged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of these. And between these two tags here, we're just going to create a brand new motion. What I want, because he has just done a sort of tail whip, what I want him to do. Is this, except not so much tail. Not so much tail stuff going on here. So check him out coming around. Boom. Come on, turn for me. Oop, too much turn. So, let's see how that's looking. That's looking pretty good. Now, if I wanted a really good preview of this, what I would do is take the entire animation, run it into this timeline, this green timeline, and I would smooth out the entire model so that the animation was nice and smooth. Hey, Cybernetic Flora! How's it going? Yowza! Shiza! We're animating Godzillas. Look at this big guy. Look at him. Look at this big dopey boy. Step. 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 And pose. Thank you. He's going to fire a laser eventually, so you want to stick around and put this in the background. I'm also explaining the intricate somethings about animation, so his tail isn't moving quite right, but I'm sure that'll fix itself eventually. Boom. Look at him. He looks almost as cool out here. Don't know what the hell he's doing with his tail there. That might need to be fixed right now. Let's nip it in the bud. Nip it in the butt, they say. That's the term. I'm also listening to Green King Grumps while I do this, so I'm like trying to focus on making, you know, Godzilla look badass, and also like what Aaron's doing in Breath of the Wild right now. So. What are you doing to me here, Goji? Cybernetic Flora only animates by drawing. Yeah, I mean, it's not so confusing once you get it. Like, drawing, I have a problem tweening. I can't quite, for whatever reason, I can't draw the motions. This makes more sense to me because it's like having a physical puppet. I've always wanted to kind of do stop motion animation. That's always been my bag since I was a kid. But this is the next best thing, because, you know, I have access to all the models and all the things that are going on, and then, you know, I don't have to spend time looking for somebody to build models. So, you know, I got this guy and I can just work with him. And if I figure out how to make physics work inside this engine, which I have now, it's taking me about 7 years to do it, but I figured it out. So now he works just like just like a stop motion puppet, except he's got some physics to them. Boom. Pose. Swag. Seek. Destroy. Swag. Seek. Destroy. Swag. Yeah, but this is drawing stick figures, and I want to draw stick figures. I want to make Godzilla, you know, I want to make Godzilla stomp on Tokyo. See this? Boom. Pose. Boom. Pose. That's my boy. Alright. Now, strike a pose. So now he's here. He's all set. Look at that boy. Look at him. This is, I said this earlier, but this is like the first model. This is the first Godzilla I ever animated, actually. And I have a video with like 75,000 views. Actually, it might be up to 80 by now. I don't quite know. But it's got like 75,000 views, and it's atrocious because, and there's a fly in here. Get out of here, fly. I touched you with my hands. It's atrocious. It's not atrocious. It's my my first animation, my first like official source animation. He's ready. I'd done source animation before, but I hadn't posted anything. Well, I posted a few things, but they weren't good, so I deleted them immediately. This is the first thing I posted and was actually pretty proud of. And, you know, he's cool. He's a cool dude. But this model is not the good-looking model. And I think it's in the channel. You just gotta scroll down a little bit. But he's this boy, compared to the other model that was made like a little bit after this guy, it was made by the same modeler, and he had a little bit better reference material to work off of. So the newer model looks better, but this guy, he's you never forget your first. You never forget your first. My boy. He's a good boy. And the one problem with the old animation is the difference with this guy is I have control over his pelvis. See those legs? See those legs move independently of the pelvis? I couldn't do that with the first animation I ever did, to my own detriment, my own fault, because I just didn't do enough research on how animation worked, and I didn't know how pelvises worked on models. But now I do. Free to be alive. And that's the cool thing, like being able to do this. I don't see a lot of Godzilla animators do this, like where he carries his weight. Like, he's on his left foot. Okay, now he's on his right foot. Now he's on his left. And boom. And he carries it back over to his right. Nobody does that. I miss it so much. I'm glad that the stream is actually looking pretty good. You can definitely tell what's going on. So now, in this shot, he's going to fire his particle beam, his heat ray, his laser, or whatever you decide to call it, and he's going to destroy EVA Unit 3. He's not in this shot simply because I don't want to have to animate him in the shot, but also because it's cooler if you don't see him get, you know, freaking obliterated by a laser. Obliterated. Yeah, it's a fun animation. It's not my best anymore. There's definitely 2 or 3 better ones. All of them made without having the proper rig, though, which is stupid. Like, I think I just made a Rodan one, and I didn't even have the rig for that one. I figured out the rig for that one literally like 2 days after I uploaded that video. Oh my god. God, I'm so dumb. Oh my god. It's just feeling dumb looking back on those past videos. But it's still a good video, and still holds a special place in my heart. Makes my heart feel good. Look at him. Wag his tail. He's so happy. He's so happy he's about to deliver vengeance upon his blood brother. He's so happy his blood brother, EVA 003. EVA Unit 3. Yeah, pretty much. You ever look at your old art and it's just, you're just like, it burns. It burns. So, he's turned around. That was my big concern with this animation. He turning him around, because I wasn't sure how many steps it would take, and I wasn't sure if I could get him to land on the right pose. He did it. He's good. I love that. He's good now. So, Game Grumps, take me away. Good. That's some good game. That's good. That's some good Game Grumps right there. So, that was the big problem, trying to get him to land in this pose. So now what I need him to do, which I didn't really think about, is how he's going to fire his laser. So, I gotta decide whether I want him to stand there, bend over, and, you know, just load up his beam and fire it. Or if no, I know what I want to do. I know what exactly I want to do. I know what I want to do. Trust me, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. How's it sounding? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. This playlist is only 27 minutes long, so it's just going to keep playing over and over and over, and it's going to be the bane of my existence. I can't hear it, I'm listening to Grumps, but it's going to be painful when everybody's telling me, oh, you're playing the same playlist over and over and over. So, after he lands this pose, I want him to roar. So, luckily, I have a set of preloaded roars that I can just load up. So, Source Filmmaker may not want to play the sound. Oh, I can't hear the sounds because I'm stupid. I'm not listening to my computer, I'm listening to Game Grumps. God, I'm so freaking dumb. So, in favor of that, I'm going to delete this sound because I can't hear it anyway because I'm a fool. Oh, wait, no, I could just show the waveform. Because I'm a fool. There it is. So now I know when he's roaring. God. He's a roaring. So he's gonna give a wicked roar as soon as he lands his pose here. Unless everything slows down and crashes, which I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Just animating. I run out of things to talk about. Oh, God. It's running exceedingly slow now, but no mind to complain. I can still do it. I can stream it. Dude, so I haven't eaten all day. I've been working. I worked on this. I stopped working on this at 5 a.m. and slept until noon. And lo and behold, I haven't eaten yet today, and I'm fucking starving. Nobody's watching. Oh no, did I get too real? Now I'm gonna get canceled. Now I'm gonna get YouTubed. Okay. Boom. I just want to see the end of this. Boom. I just want to see it. I just want to see him turn and pose. Because it's too dark, I could have thrown a light. Oh, I just banged my foot. Alright, so now what he's going to do, because it's going to be a mouth beam, a beam from his mouth, and I'm only going to do the animation today because that'll be a nice 2-hour stream. I'm only covering the animation. If I tried to do particles and more lighting and things, it would be a nightmare. I would die. everything would be horrible. So what I'm gonna do? Oh my god, my neck. Oh, the stream is being weird. Great. Great, I love that. I love that music, I'm not gonna lie. I love having the music in the background. I'm not DJing, and I don't know what's playing right now, because I'm listening to something different, but... And boom, 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 boom. I reached a low point in my life. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Pelvis. God bless the pelvis. God bless the pelvis. Shoot, I may have screwed this up. What is your tail doing, man? What is your tail doing, man? I think that's what I want for the main body movements so far. Now the only things left to do are his arms, I believe. I do want to do a little bit of something with his arms. Come in just quite a bit under time there, so step, 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 roar, ready to laser. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to render this 3 times. I'm going to have to render this 3 times so I can get his back glowing, because I'm going to do that render separately. It'll be interesting. So, what I'm going to do for the arms is, what I usually do is, if you do this and you just click them all and you move the base, it'll move the entire arm to a degree. So, I'm just gonna... That's a really nice shot there, actually. If I wasn't totally satisfied, I might have to put a camera here and render it. Yeah, I'm definitely... Hold on, I gotta make a new camera, and I gotta set that up, because now I found a shot I like. There it is. I don't know if I can use this for the short I'm working on, but I'm gonna keep it because I love it. All right. Now we do the other arm. The arms don't move a lot, and what's going to happen is, because they didn't make an actual model for Shin Godzilla. They did, but they didn't use it. But in the animation and in everything that he does, you can actually kind of see, like, he carries his arms like this close to his chest. And as he's walking, he doesn't really move his arms so much, but you can see, like, he's carrying his arms and they kind of wiggle with some weight, which is an amazing feat by the animators. I really enjoy that movie. It's got some brilliant effects. There we go. So let's see how that looks right now. We're gonna make it so. Fuck. It's rendering. There we go. And there we go. So I like those arms. What I'm going to do is, this is going to be the... no, I should probably just do the whole body first. So, you see this? It probably doesn't look great. It doesn't look awesome right now. But that's because it's all janky and stuff, and, like, certain parts of the body are trying to move in certain ways, and they don't all fit, and it's kind of, like, jittery. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to hit this little smooth bar about 1,000,000 times. And it will smooth this guy out like nobody's business. This animation will look beautiful after I smooth this out. It makes me so happy, yes, happy indeed. So happy, so happy, so happy. Alright, so let's see. Let's see if this will let me run it. Oh, that is beautiful. That turned out absolutely wonderful. I'm psyched for that. Alright, now his arms, I'm going to add a little bit of a jitter effect, a jitter, and they're gonna shake slightly as he moves, I believe, I hope, I pray, I believe, I hope, pray that this works. So, there's a little bar on the side that says jitter, so we just hit that, and look, it's chaos, 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 so we don't want it to jitter too much, just enough. So, let's see how that affects it. So, his arms are... they were jittering a bit too much. It's like an engine. And they're like a train engine. You're like... I love it. So, I'm going to smooth them out just a little bit. And there we go. So now let's see how they look. They shouldn't be so jittery. And if the machine wouldn't slow down like that, we could actually see. Okay, so we smoothed it a little too much. So itch in my ear. So that should give us some more jitter. Oh, that's looking just about right. Here's a save. There we go. I love it so much. So that's the setup. I think I'm gonna do the blast in a different shot because I kind of want a side angle where he's blasting away. But this stream is going nowhere fast, and I think I might end this at 2 hours. So, I'm going to cut this shot down. And bring in those buildings. Look at that. Look at that. Awesome looking shot. You know what, we could add in the particles, but first I'm going to add in the buildings. There's a skybox element from Left 4 Dead that I love to use for buildings. So, let's just go and do that. So this bit of skybox here is what I usually use to fill up the background. Gives you just enough buildings and crowding to make a rad little cityscape. There we go. I can live with that. So, now we add in the particle effects, which include a bit of smoke to give it atmosphere, and some embers to help, you know, give you the feeling that there's fires. There's a lot of fires. There's a lot of death and destruction. And these effects actually, fun fact, they come from Portal, these particle effects, and they don't come like from Portal the game. They come from a DLC that was, it was like a promo for Super 8, the movie Super 8. And I did not know that, and it blew my mind when I finally found out about it, and because I love Super 8. And the whole promo is you're playing a soldier on a train, on the train in the movie that crashes. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Super 8, it's, you know, it came out in 2011, so, you know, figure out what you're doing with your life. But it came out in 2011 and had a little Portal DLC, which blew my mind. I loved it. Well, I haven't played Portal, and I haven't played the DLC, but it's funny that how that worked out. And now, like, I could use assets from Super 8 in my little my movies, my little movies. Oh shit. And always make sure your particles are set to live a long life. Otherwise, you'll lose everything. There's a fly circling around my head. It's causing me problems. All right. So you throw these in a little bin called particles, or you make a bin, you throw it in there and call it particles, and that'll save you some processing power, not a lot. Let's take our camera, and I'm going to... Oh, I can make it super kind of focused. Wonderful. That shot is looking amazing. I can't believe it only took me 2 hours. So there it goes. There he is. There we go. And eventually he will... I'm going to hit save because I'm full of fear. So he's eventually going to go from this to this, which I don't like this skin. This skin is a little weird, but it's what we got. And then it's going to go to this, I believe? No? Okay. It's going to go to this, which I don't know why it doesn't work the same way as the other one, but whatever. And then he'll fire his laser. Which is awesome. It's all awesome. I'm super pumped about this. So, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for this stream. It's a shorter one. And I mean, it's a shorter one just because it's dead. Nobody's watching. So, I'd like to thank you guys all so much for stopping in, checking things out. And if you're at all interested, and you want to support me a little bit, check out my Patreon. I do a lot of this right now. It's a hobby, but I'd love to do this full time. This is the stuff I feel like I've been put on this earth to do. And, you know, find it in your heart of hearts, to give even $5. Heck, I'll take $1. I'll take a crisp dollar bill. Go ahead and head over there and, you know, do what you can. If you can't do it, don't do it. But if you can, think about it. And I appreciate everybody who has stuck around and watched, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye!